Welcome to the very first Kids Life at Home. It's so good to be with you. So, what is Kids Life and what are we going to be doing? Well, first things first, we're going to get a better camera. Second thing is we are going to have a whole bunch of fun, and it's going to get bigger and bigger as time goes. Kids Life used to be something that we did on a Thursday after school for all of Salford, effectively, and it was to help boys and girls, young people, get to know more about Jesus. And that's what we're going to do now on YouTube. So today we're going to talk about Easter, which is really quite exciting. And we're also going to talk a little bit about this virus that's going around called COVID. And then we're going to kind of unpack a little bit more and have some fun. So what I'd love you to do now is I'd like you to go and high five 3 people in your house. 3, 2, 1, go. Maybe you're high fiving yourself like I am. Brilliant. 2, 3. Excellent. Right, now we are warmed up and ready to go. By the way, I am not going to be doing Joe Wicks. That is on a morning. So what we're going to do today is talk about COVID. Now, COVID-19, what is that about? Well, it's this horrible virus thing that's flying around, and it's meant that we are now in lockdown. We are at home. You are in my spare room right now. And so this could be causing you 1 or 2 problems. I know that for me, I'm trying to still work at the same time as be a dad. You're still trying to do your schoolwork at the same time as do everything else and not be distracted by TV or by computers and all that kind of thing. And your teachers are still working really hard. Maybe your mum or your dad or your caregiver is someone who is doing the kind of the key work stuff as well. And how does that all work out? I mean, it's crazy times, isn't it? But you know what? I do know that we have got hope in all of this. We know that we have got hope, and his name is Jesus. And that's what we're going to unpack. Now, I would love to know what you would like me to do. I've noticed that my hair is getting quite long. And if there are enough yeses, I will cut my hair, buzz cut it. All right. Well, I won't. I'll get someone else to cut it for us live, maybe. We'll also play some games. We're going to try and do some cup games. We'll do some various minute to win it games, because I do love a minute to win it game. And also, I'd love some questions. What questions have you got for me? I'm going to introduce you to some leaders eventually, as well as the weeks go by. My mate Shannon, I'm going to hopefully bring in my mate Liz, and we're going to bring in some other people that we can do some chats with. So I love you involved where we can get you involved. Now, I was going to talk about Easter. Now, I've got 1 or 2 things here that you might quite like. I've got my Easter egg here, and yes, this one is plastic, but inside I've got cream egg. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 cream eggs. And so what I thought we'd do for the next 10 minutes is you would watch me eat all 6. How about that? Well, maybe not. How do you eat yours? That was the advert that came out, and these have been in the shop since, like, I don't know, January, maybe August. I don't know. They were probably in round about Christmas time. But how do you eat a cream egg? I know that some people keep the wrapper on. I find that a bit weird. I know some people they will chew the top off. Like that. Get the bit, and I'm trying to suck out the stuff. How do you eat yours? Comment right now. How do you eat yours? Because I, for a number of years, could not eat Cadbury's cream eggs. I was told by the doctors that my skin was really bad and that I shouldn't really be eating chocolate because it was making it worse. And so I decided that it'd be better to eat Haribo. But I still do love a Cadbury's cream egg. And what I started to do, well, the first few that I had after I wasn't allowed to eat them, was I used to try and keep them kind of and savor them as long as possible. And one of the ways that I did this, I'm going to try and do this right now live, is I tried to separate my cream egg. Look at that. And then the best bit is that you get to, You see, you get to separate it and get to see what's on the inside. Now, some people find these a little bit sickly. I don't. I absolutely love them. And you know what? I'm really quite enjoying eating them in front of you. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about separation, being separated, because at the moment, a number of us can't go out and see our mates. I would really love to go and see my mates. I'd love to go and hang out with them. I'd love to go and play some football and whatever it is that you would like to do with your friends, maybe even just see them at school. Like, who knew you would miss school, right? But I was thinking about this whole being separated and how do you connect with people. And I was trying to connect over FaceTime and video stuff, and it's good, but it's tiring. And also, I can see my face, which is not the prettiest at times. And so I do feel quite separate from my friends. And maybe you're feeling exactly the same. Now, when we think about the Easter story, which we are on Maundy Thursday today, the day where Jesus kind of has his last meal with his friends, and then goes off to the garden where he prays, and his mates fall asleep, and he goes away from them and prays a little bit harder, comes back, they're asleep still. He's like, "What are you doing?" And then he gets arrested, and then we enter into Good Friday. Now, Good Friday is the day when Jesus is put up on the cross for stuff that he didn't do wrong. There was nothing that he'd done wrong at all, and yet he still did it. He still went ahead and died on a cross. Now, it's incredible that he did that. Absolutely incredible. And the Bible says that God so loved the world that he sent his one and only son, so that whoever believes in him will not die, but will have eternal life. But that meant that by Jesus kind of going on the cross, that he was then separated from God. He was kind of in lockdown. He could not get to God. Why? Because of all of the things, this thing that we hear called sin. He takes all of that on himself, that God can't be near him because he is no longer perfect. And that must have been really, really hard. Like it's hard for us to see our friends right now. Really, really tricky. But it says that as Jesus did die, he says, "It is finished." And then when he died, something incredible happened. Because there was also the place where everybody worshipped. That was called the temple. Now, in the temple, there was this place called the Holy of Holies, which was covered by a curtain. Probably not this curtain, but something similar. All right. It was really thick. This one isn't that thick. But what I find incredible is that the curtain separated people, from God. All right. Only the special people could get into where this was supposed to be, where the special place with God was. And in actual fact, it says that as Jesus said, "It is finished," and he breathed his last, the curtain tore in two all the way down. And what I find amazing about that is that the whole of the Easter story, the whole of the plan was to have for God to break in to your world, my world, everybody else's world. But because of the barrier, because of the separation that was there, nobody could really do it. But because of what Jesus did on the cross by dying, he took all of that away. And he then enabled us to have a friendship with God, which is why on Sunday morning, it's all going to be a little bit crazy. Why? Because people want to celebrate. They want to just give thanks to what God has done for them, because on Easter Sunday, Jesus comes alive. It's amazing. What a great celebration to have. But we were separated. You know, like I separated my cream egg and found the goodness inside. We were separated. But because of what Jesus did, we now get to enjoy having the incredible stuff with God. So, who are you missing right now? Who are you feeling separate from at the moment? But equally, are you feeling close to God? This is a great time of year to do that, especially when we're in our homes, right? And maybe we're not going out as often as we would like. Maybe there's something about connecting with God that you could be doing so that you don't feel distant from him. Have a think about that for a minute while I nicely eat this lovely cream egg. Because it is really very nice. So this Easter, you're going to make a choice. Do you want to be separate from God? Or do you want to be close to God? I'd love you to stay connected with us. We will be back next week. We're going to have a whole bunch of more fun. Hopefully, we're going to have a split screen and we'll have someone doing a game and a challenge. We want to have as much fun. We want to know what you would like to see, different games, all that kind of stuff. We can try and make this as big as possible. Love you to subscribe, and then we can have even more fun with more people. Yeah, let's get involved in everything that we are doing. Shannon is suggesting I get a buzz cut. Wow. Okay. And if I do, she's saying that she might join us. Wow, that would be quite fun, wouldn't it? So keep involved, keep in touch with us. And also on a Sunday morning at 10 o'clock on this channel, we also have our kids and youth check-in, which is our Sunday morning teaching as well. So what are you going to stay connected with? Are you going to connect with God this week? I would love you to do that. And I'm going to pray to finish off with, and then we can go and eat. I've only got 4 more Easter eggs left. Wonder who I'm going to share those with. I'm sure there are 3 people in my house who would love them right now. So let me pray. Dear God, I thank you for our little short time together. Thank you that you don't want to be separated from us, but you want to be joined to us. And thank you for what Jesus did by dying, but then also rising again. Thank you so much that you did that. And help us just to think a little bit more, and maybe help us to come to you and ask for your forgiveness, for us to say we are sorry for those things that we've done wrong, and know that you are a God who loves us and will forgive us. Help us, I pray. And may we enjoy, even in this lockdown time with our families, and also time with you. God, we thank you. Give us a great weekend in your name. Amen. So, guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Easter eggs. Enjoy whatever celebrations you're going to be able to have. And we will be back here on Thursday. See you later, guys. Goodbye.